Hi Aquarius, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. Alright, the first cards that we have are Eight of Pentacles and Page of Swords and the Hierophant. This is feeling like some type of advancement that you're making with something that you've been working on. Okay. So that's going on. You can be learning more about your beliefs and your belief systems. You can be potentially stepping into more of a position of authority or power within your life. Some of you amongst other people. This can be like I'm expanding professionally or within my career or within my education to have the Hierophant here. Some of you too, there can be somebody that's seeing like the work that you're putting in. See how this Eight of Pentacles is like somebody over here doing their work, doing what they need to do, and you have this card over here looking at that one. There can be somebody that's learning from what you're doing. You can also be learning from the experience that you're having. As you're doing something, you can be understanding more or better how something works. So you can be learning from the experience of what it is that you're doing, but there can be somebody else that's sort of watching you doing what you're doing. This would show you being good at something. This would show you've been working at something for a while, and somebody can be coming through and feel very curious about that. If that's the case, this would be somebody that has shared values. I'm seeing the Hierophant be connected with their energy. So this can be somebody that they can have like a similar or same background or similar or same beliefs, similar or same culture or religion or language that you guys speak, something that feels like important to both of you guys. But this can be somebody in a position of power, or they have some type of authority for some reason. But I'm seeing them almost like their interest be piqued by you. I'm seeing a Taurian energy here, but can just be somebody presenting in the energy of the Hierophant, which can be somebody that they may be like in authority in whatever field that they're in, or they can be somebody that's like a guide for those around them, or there can be people that come to them and like look for answers. It can be something like that. Now, over here, I'm seeing the Lovers, and I'm seeing the Lovers, and I'm seeing Ace of Cups. And what this can mean is that you have somebody coming through that you're going to have the opportunity to have a connection with. This feels like somebody that would either be a new person coming through that you can have a connection with, or it will feel like somebody that you're getting to know again. It will be one of those two things. Whatever it is, it will feel like new, whether it is actually within this lifetime or it is somebody that you've had distance from to the point where it would feel like a new connection. Having it be the Ace means that it's an opportunity, it's an option for you. This isn't something that you're being like coerced into. You get to decide. It's kind of like, do you want to connect with this person, or are you not interested, and you get to pick what you want to do. But it does show there being a connection. So like a new, or something that would feel like new relationship that's coming into your life, and you have that opportunity to then sort of like partner up and connect with that person. When I say partner up, I mean like from a spiritual aspect. This can be somebody where it's like you get a new friend, you know, or you get into like some type of situationship or relationship with somebody, or just like human to human, you know, having some type of connection, or like being to being. You have a connection with somebody. You have the opportunity to have somebody coming through where it's like somebody that you... Having the Hierophant here is important because it can mean that when it comes to like certain philosophies or things that are important for you within your life that you care about and that you're interested in, this person would also be aligned with those things. And so you'd feel like you have some like wider things that you connect with this person on. Like more general things, which can be good. Because it can be like, oh, we have similar life philosophies, or both of us are really interested in this subject. It can be like that type of thing. So you'll have things in common with this person. That will be like a presiding theme that you would have with them within your relationship, which can be nice because you guys would feel understood by one another. Okay. So you're currently closing something out, I'm seeing, with 10 of Swords in the World. This would mean something is closing and a new chapter is beginning for you. It looks like whatever had ended, there may have been like a lack of equality representation. There could have been a lack of continual reciprocity with what you were involved in, or there could have been a lack of compatibility when it came to values. Whatever this ending is that's being alluded to, it would have to do with that. It's something that would have felt like a relationship couldn't be maintained because there was an issue that didn't allow it to continuously function. So that chapter, it looks like, is over and a new chapter is beginning. So I imagine that, like, within your mind and your preferences, you're going to be looking for things that feel more compatible. This does seem like something's coming through that can potentially be compatible for you. I'm saying potentially because, as I said before, it is an Ace of Cups, which means there is lots of potential there, but we don't know what's going to happen with it. Because you can look at something and it could be compatible and you can be like, no, now's not the time, and then you dismiss it, you know? And that doesn't mean it's not compatible, but it really just depends on what you want to do here with this. But the ball is in your court in that way. Okay. Things are settling down. I do get the feeling that you just went through something that was challenging, but it could have meant that something that was not sort of vibing with your life, where you are needed to be cut out, and you could feel like it sort of left you feeling a little bit bare. The way that Saturn can work is that it can be like you have to sacrifice this thing because it doesn't align, but then you can be feeling left with some type of scarcity, like that was the last fruit on the tree and I have to give up that too, and it can feel like the tree is sort of bare. But this looks like something new is coming through. So that thing that you sort of surrendered, you're going to get something that's like, this is a higher quality, or this is like a higher compatibility, or more of a compatibility than what you gave up. And so you had to give that up to make room for this thing that's coming through. It'll be like that type of thing. And I am seeing that whatever you've been going through that could have been feeling like it just more was being asked of you, and you had to really do what Saturn was asking of you throughout that cycle. Things are going to get easier now. Having six of Swords show up, it just means that your mind will feel more at ease, which even looks like this is something that you've been working on, like trying to move forward with things and not get stuck there at that difficult part, like knowing that there's more to come and that it can be things that will be more so enjoyable for you. Okay, you and this person, if you decide to take this somewhere, there's a mutual manifestation that you would have with them based off of your connection. It does look like a soul connection that you have with this person, but I'm also getting to that there will be a lot of communication with them, like very, very chatty dynamic between the two of you guys. This can be a lot of communication, a lot of sharing ideas, like that type of thing. You get to decide whether you want this or not. I'm seeing it be a trying to figure out, see how these two decide what you want to do about it. Do you want to have this new chapter with this person? Do you not want to? This is about needing to make up your mind. This can be too, like both of you guys need to make up your mind about this, but it kind of feels like it's being left in a contemplative space of we don't know what's gonna happen. I'm seeing this kind of be like a cliffhanger that things are being left on. I do get the feeling that because you're still closing out something that you've been working on, which feels like it's related to that chapter that you're closing out, where something was not compatible in a preferable way, you're working on finalizing, closing that out. Because of that being finalized but maybe hasn't fully closed out yet, you can feel like, now this thing is coming through, but I'm trying to still finish up this. And I feel like things will sort of depend on where you are with that and how and when this gets closed out. And that can very much impact what you're going to do with this incoming relationship and the choice that you're going to make with this. I do get the feeling that around you, you may be trying to connect more so with people that feel more like sort of share your vision of life, or feel like you have like the values that are important to you. You want to be around other people where they're like, oh, that's important to me too. And then you can like be able to converse with people about those things of, I really care about this. And then you have somebody like, I care about that too. And then you have somebody to chat with about these things. It feels like that sort of thing. I am seeing with this incoming relationship, I am seeing that it's very much about what both of you guys want to do about this. To have the Lovers and to have the Magician, it's sort of like, what do we want this relationship to be? Do you want something, what do you want to happen with this person? I'm seeing it be very open-ended, and it's going to be, there's going to be communication that will be needed between the both of you of what do we want to do about this connection that we have with one another? Where do we want to take this? What do we feel like is appropriate? Not that that's not something that can, this is something that can change, but it can be like, for right now, like, what are we calling the relationship? Like, what do we mean to one another? How do we want to be in one another's lives? Especially given that it seems like you're still closing something out that you're dealing with. For those of you like that, you have a new connection with somebody, it can feel like the other person is still closing something out. Somebody's going to be closing something out. And there's going to be like a lot of curiosity, and I'm seeing too that there's like a gaining of information about the new cycle that is getting started, and you will feel like you have somebody coming through that you have a nice compatibility with, where you'll feel like certain things that could have been potentially lacking in the cycle that you're closing out, somebody comes through and they have those things, and that can feel really nice because you can feel like, I had to get rid of this, I had to like trim the fat, so to speak. Now this is something coming through that can feel like it's additive to my life, rather than something that feels like it's always frustrating or like we're in some type of gridlock. This will be something that will flow nicely, and I'm definitely seeing there be like communication that you have that can feel like, wow, it's so easy to talk to you. It can be like that type of thing. That's just nice to have that with another person, and then seeing what you want to do from there with it. There can be a little bit of reticence just because of, I get this feeling, I don't know if it's on both parts, it may just be on one person's end, but I do see somebody feeling a little bit guarded. This feels like somebody recognizing, hey, I have a connection with this person. At the same time, there's a part of me that I don't want to get hurt. And so I feel a little bit weary about that. Like, what would I be signing on for? So just know that if you're dealing with somebody that's still closing out some stuff, they can feel like they don't want somebody coming through that's going to encroach upon their space. And this may be something that's going to unfold more slowly. So just keep that in mind as this is unfolding, all right? Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here, 14:14 on the time. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.